When you have #1 beside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Florida Gators, taking on a fellow opponent from the American, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Gators will kick it away to start. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will get first crack at it today. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything.
Breaks into the open. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Mississippi State right back to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
It's complete to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The defense going to start. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Really nice job locking in by the quarterback that time on 3rd down. That was the completion you had to have. You're only down 3-0, I get it. It's your second drive of the game, so lots of football to go, but you want to establish a rhythm and confidence as early as possible, and getting that completion on 3rd down was big.
The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They're working that left side. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
That's reeled in. It's Tremble. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Gators are on the move. Looking downfield on 1st down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. What a defensive play to stop the scoring threat, make the interception, and then have the return go up near mid. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Makes a catch at the 15. Touchdown, Florida! Once he got some room, it was over.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Might be calling a hot route. Motion from the back. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
They'll go up top on second and short. Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's got room. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field after the catch.
They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. He rifles one deep down the middle. Touchdown Gators! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. Right on the money. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Tremble. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Takes the handoff. It's Tremble. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Trying to set up the screen. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Trying to beat the D deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Makes the catch. The offense burns his third and final timeout of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He wants to take the top off. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they're going to open this drive with a pass. Makes the grab down the middle. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He wants to change this route. Back to pass. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The Gators come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Gets it out quickly. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness. They're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. We're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep throw off his back foot. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Florida!
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And he throws another interception. His 3rd of the night. And he's wrapped up. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. The give on the option. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback making checks. Back to pass on second down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Gators! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains.
They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. Got some room to run. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Now down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Florida! And the stomping has commenced. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories. Follow the blockers. The offensive... Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Quarterback may change this route. Going right to work up top. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. Got it in the middle. It's Tremble. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
The snap sets up to throw. Setting up the screen. Touchdown Gators! And the pummeling has started. You can see it on the sideline. They've built a comfortable 4th quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have...
The Gators sending the offense back to work. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Gets rid of it. Oh, he makes the catch. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? They'll try to run it in. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he throws another interception. And he is brought to the ground, and that's how we'll wrap this one up. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Paul.